It's time to give the British people a real referendum on Britain's membership of the European Union. And there we are, there's a very fresh-faced, carefree politician there in that poster. Why are we still waiting?
Well, if everyone can read the small print, which I suspect you can't, what it said... No, I don't mean the small print, I mean in the leaflet. What it said was, at the time we were debating a new change in the rules, which is exactly what I was just referring to with Deborah. At the time in 2008, there was a new treaty, the Lisbon Treaty. This is the treaty where, as Nigel Farage rightly points out, the Conservative Party changed radically their attitude towards it. I had exactly the same view in 2008, 2009, 2010, namely, when the rules change, when new things are asked of you, powers which rightly belong to you, then it is your decision in a referendum.
My opinion hasn't changed over many, many years, including in 2008, when we, as a country, were asked to give up new powers to the European Union. The government of the day said we must do that through something called the Lisbon Treaty, so when the rules change. And I said then, and I believe now, that when the rules change, when there's a new treaty, when powers which rightfully belong to you are being given up, if you like, to the European Union by a government, it shouldn't be for that government to decide. It should be for you to decide. That's why there should be a referendum every time that happens.
Clegg is playing politics here. He's depending on you being ignorant. He thinks you're too stupid to look into what he's saying. He isn't lying to you, but he isn't being honest with you at all. Shock horror. Clegg makes his position very clear, doesn't he? New treaty, then there should be a referendum. Read the small print, he said. He went on to say that he hasn't changed his mind about an in-out referendum in all these years. But what Clegg is deliberately not telling you is that the Lisbon Treaty, which is the European Constitution in all but name, is a self-amending treaty because of its passerial clause, meaning they can amend the Lisbon Treaty as and when these unelected bureaucrats see fit. Therefore, the EU will never need countries to ratify another treaty. It's simply a con trick by Clegg. He's playing on words. And the worst part about it, this slimy career politician knows it. But should we expect anything less from someone who lied so blatantly about tuition fees? You see the passerial clause in action with the Eurozone countries being pulled ever closer and closer together to form a United States of Europe, without a single citizen of those countries casting a single vote. It's all done through the Lisbon Treaty because it's a self-amending treaty. Because of this, Clegg will never have to support a referendum, while saying that he will always support a referendum after the next treaty. There simply won't be another treaty. The unelected bureaucrats of the EU will just amend the Lisbon Treaty. And by the way, it's not just Clegg, although he's probably the slimiest of them all. Don't think Cameron or Spitty Band will tell you this either. When it comes to lying to the public about the EU, they're all in it together.